Hello, welcome to your second video for this week. In this video, we're going to talk about how to use your unit circle to find the following values. We're going to be finding the sine and the cosine of given angle measures in degrees and in radians. So without further ado, let's look at the first problems. Again, we're using our unit circle. For the first, 6 problems, they're all in degrees. So notice again that the degrees are right here on your circle. Oops, let's use a highlighter. And remember, cosine of theta is the first coordinate, and sine of theta is the second one. So for the first one, we're looking for the cosine of 60. If I look at 60 degrees, that brings me to this point here, 1/2, comma, root 3, 2. Again, cosine is that first value, so my cosine value is going to be 1/2. My sine value is root 3 over 2. Again, that's the second coordinate. And so for my answer for the second one is root 3 over 2. So you're not really doing a bunch of math. You're really just using that unit circle to identify those angle measures. Let's look at your next one. We will highlight this one in, let's do orange. So my next one, we're doing 135 degrees. If I find 135 degrees, we're looking at this point here. Again, my first value is my cosine value. So cosine is going to be negative root 2 over 2. And that second value is going to be my sine value. So the sine of 135 is going to be root 2 over 2. And then the last thing we need to find are the cosine and sine of 180. Let's get you a new color here. I'm going to use this gray color to do 180. Again, I want to highlight. If we go straight across to 180, we're at negative 1, 0. Again, that first number is going to be my cosine value. So the cosine of 180 is negative 1. The second number is my sine. So the sine of 180. All right, and that is how you use your unit circle to find those values. One thing I want to talk about your unit circle briefly before I move on is there are certain quadrants where the different trig functions are positive or negative. I always remember using this acronym. It's all seniors take calc. So in that first quadrant, everything is positive, sine, cosine, and tangent. In the second quadrant where you have S, that means sine is positive, the rest are negative. In the third quadrant, tangent is going to be positive, but we're not using tangent, so it doesn't really matter for us. And then in the last one, cosine is positive. So in case you're curious, that's just kind of an odd feature of our unit circle. All right, for our final 3 examples, we're doing the same thing, only now we are looking at those numbers on the inside, they're still inside the circle, but they're sort of outside of your degree measures. We're looking at these numbers here. I don't know if I can't erase my line, darn it. All right, so for the first one, we're looking at pi over 6. So if I find pi over 6, it's right here. We're looking at this point here that I'm highlighting in gray for pi over 6. Again, remember, cosine of theta is your first number. So my cosine value is root 3 over 2. My sine value is the second one, so sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. And that's all you have to do. We're going to do the same thing for the next one. So my next one is 11 pi over 6. 11 pi over 6 is right here. My next value is root 3 over 2, so that's going to be cosine of 11 pi over 6, root 3 divided by 2. The sine value is going to be your second coordinate, so it's going to be negative 1/2. And then for my last one, we're doing the same thing. We're looking at 4 pi over 3. That's going to be right here on my circle. So we're looking at this coordinate. Again, when we do cosine, we're looking at that first value of your coordinate, so negative 1 over 2. Sine is going to be the second value, so it's negative root 3 over 2. And that's all we're doing today. You just need to identify the sine and cosine values using your unit circle. Again, really the key here is cosine comes first, sine comes second. All right, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask your teacher. Bye.